The San Diego State Writers Conference is steeped in history. It began on the SDSU campus, where it ran for many years before it grew too big for the facilities. With our move to the DoubleTree Hotel came a standing of regular attendees who were dedicated to learning everything they could, producing the best book they could, and getting it in the hands of the best person to publish it. A seventh-generation Californian who grew up in San Diego and graduated from San Diego State University, Diane Dunaway Kramer has always been an innovator. In the late 70s, Diane quit her job to finish writing a romantic saga, only to discover the many seemingly impossible obstacles there were to getting published. At the time, authors were restricted to submitting to agents and editors one at a time. It was a system stacked against the author, as publishers would never have to compete for a book. So bucking industry norms, Diane dared to do the unthinkable and multiply submit her work to a number of publishers simultaneously. In doing so, she not only made history, she ended up with an unprecedented auction for her first novel. Once again, Diane broke with the tradition, and instead of asking an agent to handle her auction, she did it herself, resulting in an unheard of six-figure advance directly to an author without an agent involved. Diane's unconventional novel went on to be the romance of the year for Romantic Times, and the book is still listed as one of the great classics of the genre. More importantly, Diane's courage to break the rules by multiply submitting put a permanent crack in this restriction for authors and made it easier for all of us. Emotional. Diane never stopped bucking the system or advocating for authors. With the goal of offering writers the help and connections they needed to navigate the publishing world, Diane began teaching and writing at San Diego State University, as well as 5 other Southern California colleges and universities, which led to her partnership with SDSU and the creation of the Writers' Conference you have chosen to attend today. Not only has Diane successfully published fiction, she went on to co-author the nonfiction bestseller, Why Men Don't Get Enough Sex and Women Don't Get Enough Love, as well as Losing the Weight of the World, a spiritual diet to nourish the soul. Hold on, my pages are sticking together. Diane recently received a special recognition award for her contribution to the arts from the mayor of San Diego, who referred to Diane as the most productive woman alive. I tend to agree. Diane, you were the first published author I ever met, and I'm willing to bet I'm not the only one in this room who can say that. You've inspired me, mentored me, and you're a friend.
Thank you, Erin. I didn't know we were going to get emotional here. But, you know, it's been a long time, and I want to thank so much the staff at San Diego State University, particularly Dean Shapiro, and all of the staff that I've worked with all these many years, 31 now total. You know, when I brought this idea at first to San Diego State University many, many years ago, I never dreamed it would go on for 30 years. But when I realized year before last that I couldn't, my health, I had been in a car accident, and I couldn't sit at a computer more than an hour. And I can tell you this job will take you sitting at a computer for 10, 12, 24 hours sometimes a day. So I realized I couldn't do it, and I love retirement, but I was devastated that this conference wouldn't go on, and all of the blood, sweat, and tears that had been spent by so many people for so long would just sort of disappear. But then there was Erin. Who flew in like Superwoman and agreed to take it over, and has just made some wonderful changes and brought us into the next era. And she is Superwoman because not only has she been working at this conference since almost the very beginning, since probably the second or third year, and been the brain trust of the appointments. She's been doing the appointments all of this time. She also is a very talented writer. Here's her latest book. Go out and buy it. I just have to do that, sorry. And she has raised two beautiful, amazing, and successful daughters. And for those of particularly women out there who know how hard it is to do all of that, Erin has mastered that. So she has been not only here for a very long time and knows everything about this conference, but she has been involved in every decision that has brought it forward to where it is today, and so much of the heart and the spirit of the conference. So it seems only fitting now that she should be the head. And I want to thank her so much and hope that she can carry on this conference for another 30 years. Thank you.
I thought we were friends. Another 30 years. Okay, thank you, Diane.